that they can't wait to hear from you, and just to see you in this room probably means a lot to them. And you've been up against so much, and you've been doing an incredible, incredible job. The number of messages I've heard just complimenting you and your...
We really tried stages and steps of everything, and we've been very intentional in a way that always keeps Charlie first and his dreams alive and his legacy going. And what's so beautiful is to see all of you step in and do that. And so part of the reason why I agreed to come on, because this is not going to be a forever thing of me being on hosting the show, was because I gave assurance so powerful. All of the other programs within Turning Point USA, everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone has their marching orders. And the show, when we talked about this, became very intimate for me because I was there from the beginning of all of it. And I'll never forget 2020 when literally the world stood still and Charlie and I would go hiking every morning. And we would just talk about what the crazy things going on. And we came home from one of our hikes that season, and my mom pulled him aside in the kitchen and she goes, honey, they had a very good relationship. My mom and Charlie were best friends. We joked around I know. We joked around that he was the favorite child. But she loved him, still loves him. And she said, you know what, honey? She said, God has blessed you with an amazing voice. And you will be the Rush Limbaugh of your generation. And 2 days later, you and him engaged in conversations about the show and about the podcast.
Well, it was, hey, we're going to be doing about 5 more episodes a week now. So
from that moment until now has been so humbling and beautiful. And anything, he would just forward the email. And to me, it was almost like an extended form of family where you guys were the pulse point of, and the connection point of Turning Point US, because Charlie and the Charlie Kirk Show is not just a show. It has a movement attached to it. It has the youth movement attached to it, and was the sounding board of that. And collectively, each one of you are a piece of his brain. I know we've talked about this. Blake, economics, foreign policy. Andrew, pretty much a lot of stuff. Mikey, humor, Christianity, sports, youth social, pop culture was Daisy. Like everyone has a piece of his brain that still lives on. And so what I'm getting at here is the Charlie Kirk Show is not going anywhere. My husband's voice will live on. The show will go on. We will have rotating hosts, rotating casts, rotating people coming on.
We've got some great people next week.
Unbelievable. We will have consistency. The members only group will continue to go on. All of his socials that God has blessed us with, the people who follow those socials will go on. Nothing is changing. But I want to preface, we're not awkward. We're not like weird.
Cringy.
We're not We're not going to be tweeting as if it's him. That's tone deaf and really disturbing. And anyone who does that's like morbidly off. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the team is keeping this alive because we have Charlie in each and every one of us. And it is going to be continually the North Star of the conservative movement, of the voice of the youth, of the voice of the base, and that will not end. And the members only will continue to grow, and that will be the tight-knit net. We need to be able to have people have a show where they can ask questions. Hey, I'm up against this. What would Charlie say? And we play a clip of what Charlie said a month ago, a year ago. We have decades worth of my husband. We have Sunday specials lined up to the brim because my husband was so intentional about making sure that there was enough content always.
He made sure we recorded everything.
Everything.
He would not do a speech unless we could get the video and the
100%. So we have a lot of content to be had, and we have so many amazing things down the pipeline that we are working on currently that will
unveil in due time.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
And so,
and by the way, those are things Charlie himself
that he wanted.
We were working on some big things, right up until the end, and
I just am excited. It's weird to say excited, but it's also very surreal to say it because I know that God will use all of this in a way that will glorify Him. Further, Charlie, he's so rooting us on.
Yeah, and
I know.
I want to ask you just a little bit about, because this is something we wrestled with, the social accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget when you looked at me and you were like, Andrew, he cared so much about building those up. I'm not letting those die.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being like, yes, thank you. I needed to hear that because it is a little awkward. Now we're not going to use it for random stuff, but for very specific things.
For his voice, for things he cared about, for movements he cared about, for causes he cared about, those socials, and also too to support Turning Point USA, to be the barometer of what's going on, to be the pulse point. Again, we're not going to be posting, I went for a walk today. No, we are using his socials in a way that will continue to honor his legacy. He poured so much time into building them.